Scott Beatty, you were up first, and then we'll follow the chat queue.
Hey, turn right and
Yeah, there you go. You're on it.
Good to go? Good morning, DeMonte. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate your time. This whole season, the ride that you are on, how are you experiencing it? You know, does it feel stressful, enjoyable? What are the emotions that you've been having?
Just been really grateful. Never get a lot of people don't get a chance to do what we're doing. And really just coming out each and every day trying to have fun with it.
There's been some talk about in this win streak wanting to play more consistently. How important do you feel that is? Or do you look at this as, hey, wins are wins? It doesn't matter how consistent we are.
I mean, wins are wins, but I mean, it's hard to win in the Big Ten, as we know from my freshman and sophomore year. But I mean, a win is a win. We can always come back and correct stuff.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Monte, I think you take pride in your defense and shutting other guys down. Are you aware of players on other Big Ten teams who have that role, who have that same sense of pride?
I mean, I'm not really worried about other people. I'm just trying to do what I'm able to do so we can put a W under that in that column.
All right, I'll ask a different way. Gabe Kalsher is a guy who has been kind of taking that role for Minnesota, and he has a broken hand, so he's not going to play against you. Is he a guy that you're aware of as a defensive player? I mean, do you respect his game, or have you even noticed it?
Like I said, I'm not really into other teams. You know, I'm more focused on what we have to do so we can get where we want to go.
Okay, then about you. Last year, you had a significant role in shutting down the Gophers. Do you remember the block to seal the win?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that play. I was just able to get in, get some stops so we can secure the win.
Thanks.
No problem.
Monty, as we kind of near the end of your senior year, I wanted to go back to when you committed to Illinois. You committed, Coach Gross gets fired. I remember talking to you and you were unsure about Coach Underwood. You didn't know anything about him. But then as soon as he talked to you, you were right on board. Can you relay kind of what that conversation was like and why you were convinced right away that Illinois was still the right place for you after talking to Coach Underwood?
We both had the same goal in mind. That was to get Illinois basketball back how it used to be.
Do you take a lot of pride in the fact that freshman and sophomore year were so hard? I mean, are you enjoying every moment now being a top 5 team in the country because of the pain you went through?
Definitely. That was tough. You know, you stick through the tough and then there'd be some light at the end of that.
Can I get one more? Just you've always been, I mean, I remember the first time I showed you in 8th grade, you were Frankie's kid. You've always been Frankie's kid. Is that been tough to live with? Has that been an honor to live with? What is it like to always be compared to an Illinois All-American?
Kind of both, but at the same time, you just have to go out there and just show what I'm capable of doing.
Thank you.
Hey, DeMonte, I know your expectations as a team were high coming into the year, but what is the overall vibe as we get closer to postseason play and everything you guys are playing for? What's the vibe with you and your team right now?
I mean, everybody's in good spirits, just going out and playing for one another and having each other's back and having our coaches back.
And it was just announced that the NCAA is going to allow some fans 25% at some tournament games. Just what do you think of that?
That just happened today?
Yeah, they just announced it.
I mean, it'd be good to see people back in the stands. You know, playing without fans all year was kind of wishy-washy, but I mean, we just have to deal with it.
Thanks, DeMonte.
Hey, DeMonte. You guys are 3-0 this year when playing a team the second time after beating them the first time, if that makes sense. How are practices and game planning maybe different when you go into that second game against a team?
I mean, we know what we have to do now. We just have to go out and execute our plan.
And then Minnesota's been a historically pretty tough place to play. You haven't won there in your career. What do you think makes it such a tough place to play?
I mean, it's just going on the road and playing. That's all we get it. Try to get his road kills, and we just put it all on the line.
Thanks, Demonte.
Hey, DeMonte, I wanted to follow up on that a little bit. What's the difference, I guess, between road games this year and road games in the past? How much does the strangeness of the year kind of affect what it's like to play on the road?
I mean, it's always tough playing on the road, especially because you're not used to the arena or whatever the case may be. So you have to get in early, get up extra shots and stuff like that. But never, to me, it really sees if a team really comes together and not to get a road victory, which is hard to do in our league.
And this Minnesota team is pretty good at home. They've struggled a little bit on the road. In the film that you've watched, are you able to maybe pinpoint, are there differences? Or, I mean, I know you're not in the locker room, but is there anything that stands out to you?
I mean, they play extremely hard, and we just have to match their energy.
Thanks, Monte.
Hey, DeMonte, good to see you. You guys were in a Big Ten title race like this last season. I'm just wondering, what do you think you guys learned from that that can be applied now down the stretch?
Just being able to be at a top seed in the Big Ten tournament. I mean, it's something new to us. We haven't been there, and I don't know how long was specifically my 4 years, but just coming together and really just keep playing harder and harder for each other, and always find out that good things come.
There's also been, I'm sure you've probably heard some of the talk about Io versus Luka Garza for Big Ten Player of the Year, or even the National Player of the Year talk. I'm sure you're a little biased towards your teammate, but what are your thoughts on that conversation there?
I mean, I'm riding with Io Dose all day long, but don't get it wrong, Luka Garza is a good player.
Thanks, DeMonte.
No problem.
All right, have we gone through everybody? Anybody else?
Monte, if I could
go
get
ahead.
one follow-up. You talked about being like kind of wishy-washy this year without fans. I mean, surely you miss them at home cheering for you. Is there any part of you guys that misses the hostility of road games and feeding off of that?
I mean, that ties into us being connected even more, and just sacrificing even more so we can get that win.
Thank you.
All right, that's all we have for DeMonte. Monte, thanks for your time. Don't hang it up though, Monte. We got to do coach next. So thank you.
You want me to mute it?
Yes, please.